working on another animation for us. And the clock's ticking. There's 10 minutes left in class. Well, 10 minutes left in the period. And we're going to see what it looks like. Hopefully he can get it done. I think he can. We'll see. Hang in there. Stay tuned.
Notice I did not touch the frame. All right, everybody good. All right, so right away, if you see ink still in your screen,
Cameron's working on another animation for us. And the clock's ticking. There's 10 minutes left in class. Well, 10 minutes left in the period. And we're going to see what it looks like. Hopefully he can get it done. I think he can. We'll see. Hang in there. Stay tuned.
notice I did not touch the frame. All right, everybody good. All right, so right away, if you see ink still in your screen,
For those who haven't read the plaque, we'll read the plaque that's on the front landing gear of this limb. There's two hemispheres, one showing each of the two hemispheres of Earth. Underneath it says, "Here men from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon, July 1969 AD. It came in peace." I guess you're about the only person around that doesn't have TV coverage of the scene. That's all right, I don't mind a bit. How is the quality of the TV? Oh, it's beautiful, Mike, it really is. It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Okay, shall we? Another day. A big day. So, we're pretty excited about this Growing Beyond Earth thing with Fairchild and Botanic Gardens and NASA. It's been a whirlwind of fun so far, trying to get ready to grow. Working on a documentary. Seems to be a lot of buzz about it. It's a pretty exciting day for us. We're going to be getting our soil ready to plant our seeds, double check our growth chamber to make sure we assembled everything properly, and set up our YouTube live feed so everybody can check in on our progress 24/7. Wonderful student helping out with that. Last name's Hood, Corey Hood. I have to say we assembled a pretty amazing team. Devin, Frank has been involved with filmmaking with me for a couple of years now. I worked with his friend Omric on some short films that were just astounding and wonderful. And Devin wants to continue his career in filmmaking, prestigious school perhaps. Sam really came across even more professional than some of the professionals I've worked with. All of the small details were covered, just professional in every facet of their approach. And it's really refreshing for me to see as a teacher. This is where the magic happens. Actually, my father's from Wilmerding. He lived here in the 1940s. And my grandparents and their parents lived in Wilmerding and worked for Westinghouse, which is kind of neat how I'm bringing it full circle. I wonder how many of their ghosts are running around these halls.
Except for the unboxing.
Yes, indeed. Here we go. This is so exciting.
We finally got it in.
Woo! Beginnings. Watch, it's gonna be like a salad.
Hello, my name is Devin Frank, and I'm a senior digital arts student at Westinghouse Arts Academy. I'm also a member of the Growing Beyond Earth team, serving as a producer, cinematographer, and editor. Now, for those of you watching at the premiere in Miami, hey, how are you? Is it nice? Is it warm down there? Me, future me, who's hopefully watching this there? Good. I hope it's warm. No hurricanes. But in all seriousness, this part may be a bit redundant to you at the symposium, but it's important nevertheless. What is GBE? GBE, short for Growing Beyond Earth, is a federally funded science program designed to help further NASA research on and to inspire the next generation of explorers. Established in 2015 as a partnership between Fairchild Botanical Gardens and NASA's Science Mission Directorate, GBE now has over 500 participating middle and high schools across 48 states in the nation, as well as 10 nations worldwide.
About 600 classrooms participating in this program, and that's in 48 of the states, plus 8 countries, including as far away as Japan and Australia.
Every classroom receives a Fairchild-designed plant habitat analogous to the Vegetable Production System, otherwise known as VEGI, on the International Space Station. The Fairchild and NASA GBE teams then train teachers to conduct experiments with their students and share the data with NASA. This work then supports NASA's Artemis program, responsible for the company's long-term exploration goals by providing Level 1 readiness data on edible plants. This past fall, Mr. Rob Schultz, a digital arts and filmmaking educator, was invited to participate in the program with his students at this school, Westinghouse Arts Academy High School in Wilmington, Pennsylvania. Schultz was actually the man who designed the Growing Beyond Earth logo.
I was both humbled and excited when asked to design the logo for Growing Beyond Earth. And I knew for inspiration, all I had to do was look at the sky. While working on the logo, tragedy struck. A synagogue in Pittsburgh was faced with a horrible event. It was then we decided to change the iconic hypocycloid stars to the Stars of David. I remember, despite how tragic everything was, how peaceful Earth must look from space.
And thanks to that very connection, the students of Westinghouse have had the opportunity to participate in this wonderful program. Want to see?
Time to wrap. You are not here to receive a gift, nor are you to be called here by the individual you assume.
I asked the medicine man for an elixir of sleep, and he handed me a blister from the blue sky. Medicine man, don't you know they've amended currency? Don't you know you can no longer rip flesh from a meat?
Hey! Don't tap on the glass. They're asleep. Sorry.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when.
Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more.
They're more interested because they're doing something that's authentic and real and that has real world implications.
Parents and guardians of these children are a vital part of the study, concluding that the importance of young ladies are based around their appearance, and the importance of young gentlemen are based on their intelligence.
Goes to someone else's dream. Pitfalls of the man I defend.
Hey, me again. Yeah, hope you missed me. Hope. Now, before we get into our data, it's important to understand what our objectives were going into this project. You see, we wanted to experiment a little bit beyond simply growing the plants. We wanted to add a variable of our own, and that variable was exposing the plants to the arts. We are an art school after all. That montage you just watched was a collection from our first of 2 growing sets. In said set, we gave the plants minimal exposure to the arts in the form of occasional performances from students and faculty. These performances ranged anywhere from singing to dancing to instrumental music to readings of poetry and prose. And the results were thus. We grew 3 novel crops: red romaine lettuce, spinach, and beets. The plants were kept around an average temperature of 24.1 degrees Celsius and an average humidity of 19.8%. The plants were also given 200 milliliters of water per day on average. Upon harvesting, the red romaine lettuce had grown to a height of 50 millimeters, the beets to a height of 60 millimeters, and the spinach to a height of 20 millimeters. As noted by Mr. Schultz, the red romaine lettuce had a buttery texture and a nutty flavor, the beets had an earthy taste, and the spinach also had an earthy taste with a sour aftertone. Overall, not too bad. But did exposure to the arts really help the plants to grow? Well, in order to answer that, we'll need to compare our results to the results from other schools in the program. That, and the results from our second growing set, which you'll see here in just a minute. But first, before we move on, it's important to understand why we're doing this. Of course, we outlined our objective earlier, to expose the plants to the arts, but why us? Why do we need GBE? This past fall, a series of misfortunes fell on Westinghouse. As a still recently founded art school, funding has never exactly been plentiful. And as a charter school, our funding is directly tied to our number of enrolled students. Therefore, at the start of this past school year, when our enrollment reached new lows, unfortunate sacrifices had to be made. Many educators were laid off or found employment elsewhere, funding for extracurriculars and school events were cut, and entire courses were canceled. Additionally, the Westinghouse Castle, which was only purchased a few years ago to serve as an additional campus building, suffered a fire and was rendered unsafe. But in the midst of all this, we received the offer to participate in the Growing Beyond Earth program. This opportunity was not only valuable to select students and staff, but to the school as a whole. For one, it served as a massive morale booster. I mean, we're working with NASA and Fairchild Botanical Gardens, for goodness sake.
When I talk about this and I get to engage with the students and the teachers, you know, it just makes me remember why I'm here and why I love this, and it's just, so it's a win-win all around, I think.
It has also granted myself, Sam, and Mr. Schultz the opportunity to attend the GBE Symposium in Miami. But even that has had its issues. Like I said earlier, funding? Tight. And a trip to Miami? Can get a bit pricey. We've had to fight and vouch for ourselves to try and get the funding we need to go there. To see this, the thing you're watching right now, premiere on the big screen. As Sam so eloquently said,
Considering we are uniting and fostering a welcoming environment for school and faculty alike, we believe that is in the best interest to have our school trip funded.
and will we make it? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. And on that cryptic note, it's time to move on to our second set of crops. But this time, we did things a little bit differently.
You know, I think Growing Beyond Earth is what I think of as like a triple win, right? Because I think the students are gaining experience. I mean, you're doing actual research for NASA, and not that many people in the world can say that. But our Growing Beyond Earth students are doing that. They're collecting data for NASA.
Whoa! Would you look at that? It's me again. For a fourth time. Sure hope you aren't sick of me. It's high time we talked about our second set of crops. Back in our first set, we exposed our plants minimally to the arts with occasional performances from students and faculty. However, in our second set, we wanted to go even further by exposing the plants to the arts constantly. While growing in the chamber, we played classical music for the second set of crops for 7 hours out of the day for 5 days a week. The music was broadcasted from WLRN, a classical radio station in Miami with minimal interruptions. The results were as follows. The plants were observed twice, at 7 a.m. and then at 3 p.m. every day for 18 days out of the growing period, accounting for weekends and other missed days. The plants were kept around an average temperature of 24 degrees Celsius and an average humidity of about 20.8%. And, once again, the plants were given 200 milliliters of water per day on average. The red romaine lettuce grew to a whopping height of 150 millimeters, which is a 200% increase from the first set. The beets also grew to a height of 90 millimeters, which is a 50% increase from the first set, and the spinach grew to a height of 60 millimeters, which is, once again, a 200% increase from the first set. And, according to Mr. Schultz, the red romaine lettuce was crunchy and slightly earthy with a sour aftertaste. The beets were, and I quote, earthy, sweet, then bitter, and the spinach was thick and waxy. All in all, our plants in the second set grew way bigger and healthier than our plants in the first set. Now, of course, they were observed over a longer growing period, so that's something important to keep in mind. However, our data suggests there may be a link between exposure to the arts and growth rates in these plants. But, once again, just a theory. However, all data is welcome in the scientific world. And that's all of our data. It's over. Or almost over. Because we're still here in Pittsburgh. And there's one last step to this journey. Going down to Miami and seeing the GBE Symposium in person. There was a lot of uncertainty about this trip, mostly regarding funding. With the situation here at Westinghouse, we didn't even know if we would get the chance to go. But as of now, it looks like the answer will be yes. Myself, Sam, and Mr. Schultz have been approved by our school board to receive all the funding we need to make it to Miami. Now, of course, nothing is for certain. Like I said earlier, no hurricanes. But if all goes according to plan, we should be there. Maybe right now. If you were there at the symposium right now watching this live, we might be there. We could be sitting right behind you. And if you're watching this after the fact, well, that should have just segued to a bunch of footage of the trip. Hopefully. If this project has taught me anything, it's this. It gets better. Our school has gotten better. This project has gotten better. My life has gotten better. On some days you might feel like Sisyphus, you know, the guy hauling that boulder up a hill. And it very well may be that way. But eventually you'll power through all the sweat and the tears and you'll reach the top. And then from the top, well, it's a lot easier to see the sky. And then from there, it's a lot easier getting down. A lot better. And then who knows? Maybe you'll end up flying for the first time in your life and going to the furthest place you've ever been from home. It gets better. It all gets better. Because we grow.
Take it on! We're all there! We're all there!
I think one of the really beautiful things about this program is that the questions that we're trying to answer can't be answered by just one group. You know, and we use the power of this program and the fact that it is distributed in so many different schools with so many different variables.
Ooh, it's the end of the documentary. This is gonna go at the end with the credits and stuff. You want to say hi?
Hello.
Yay. What do I say?
I don't know. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, and please no hurricanes.
I have a dream, and my dream is robot bees.
I love people who do sculptures and stuff, abstract art, all of that. Like, I really love Renaissance art. So I've been trying to get better at like realistic art, so I could like do something like that. Like, I always found that really cool.
I like Chinese work. I like drawing Chinese landscapes.
I guess like shows that I like inspire me, and types of like outfits and stuff.
Go ahead.
Shows, comic books, seeing other people's drawings, just things like that kind of thing.
The world around me, animals, anything I can see, feelings, that kind of thing. And my mother, she's a very good artist, and I strive to be as good as her in my future.
I think I have this written down kind of.
Yeah.
What inspires me, I think, is like a lot of anime, like J-fashion, like Japanese fashion, and like just like traditional art. I like a lot of things about like Japan. I think it's very beautiful, and I like to experiment with different art styles. Like I like to copy someone's art style and like try to learn it. And I like to do like digital painting, regular painting, and like drawing.
Do that. Other people to start. Like over the course of the past few days, I've been working on platonic Valentines for my friends, my closest friends. Anything I observe, anything that I can see or hear or taste, even food is a big one. Just like everything that I can sense as a person, you can take something from that. Like, I have sound to color synesthesia, so sounds can be color. In fact, I have drawn several people's voices before. It's very fun. But yeah, anything and everything is the answer. Yeah, my name is Devin Campbell.
Maybe just seeing like other people that are passionate about their art, if it's good.
My friends, nature, and other people's work.
Just any music I listen to, like Pantera or Logic or Slayer or anything like that. Just music I listen to.
Welcome, Space Cadet. Nice try, Space Cadet. Welcome, Space Cadet. Nice try, Space Cadet.
Hello there. What's your name?
My name is David Thompson.
Nice to meet you. Who's your favorite character in Mario Kart?
Probably either Daisy or Bowser.
And what weapon would you say you use the best?
Like,
Ooh.
on the game or?
Like when you get the box. What would you say your favorite weapon to use is?
Probably the Superstar.
Acting strategy.
What's your strategy?
I have no idea.
How you plan on beating the teacher?
I don't know that either.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, David.
I met this guy at a party.
I did too.
He's so cute and his eyes are so pretty.
Right, and he's got this smile and pretty white teeth.
He's a little awkward, but he's so sweet.
Mine's too. He drives a BMW. And works at the theater? Wait, is his name BJ? Wait, what?
All right, rolling. Go.
Wait, what?
Man, you get lumped up, William. Look out! You pull yourself
I
up.
ran into my own bomb. I have no idea. I think it's the button in the back.
B, the B button.
What?
That's the one in the back. Yeah, that's the one that releases it.
Oh, it's the arrow button.
This is so stupid.
What? I think most of us got this version.
Yeah, I always play.
Is that enough practice? You want to go around again?
I think this is considered practice.
All right, we'll give everybody 2 laps then. What's cool about this segment is you're gonna learn a lot. Well, some of you are already editing, like David's already editing using Video Leap. You'll learn some tricks about editing, real simple things, but whether it be Video Leap, which we're gonna use first, and then Adobe Premiere, the iconography is pretty much the same. And the concept is always the same. You're just cutting and pasting segments in, sequences in to make segments. So what's your favorite weapon in Mario Kart?
I would say between the red shells and the blue shell.
Nice. What's your strategy for beating Mr. Schultz?
I'll use my skill and my wits.
Skills and wits. Good answers. Who's your favorite character in Mario Kart?
I usually play as Yoshi or Libby.
Beautiful. Thank you, William. Oh, what's your name?
William Scott.
Radio right.
I love people who do sculptures and stuff, abstract art, all that. Like, I really love Renaissance art. So I've been trying to get better at like realistic art, so I could like do something like that. Like, I always found that really cool.
I like Chinese work. I like drawing Chinese landscapes.
I guess like shows that I like inspire me, and types of like outfits and stuff.
Shows, comic books, seeing other people's drawings, just things like that kind of thing.
The world around me, animals, anything I can see, feelings, that kind of thing. And my mother. She's a very good artist, and I strive to be as good as her in my future.
I think I have this written down kind of.
Yeah.
What inspires me, I think, is like a lot of anime, like J-fashion, like Japanese fashion, and like just like traditional art. I like a lot of things about like Japan. I think it's very beautiful, and I like to experiment with different art styles. Like I like to copy someone's art style and like try to learn it. And I like to do like digital painting, regular painting, and like drawing. And yeah.
Do that. Other people to start. Like over the course of the past few days, I've been working on platonic valentines for my friends, my closest friends. Anything I observe, anything that I can see or hear or taste, even food is a big one. Just like everything that I can sense as a person, you can take something from that. Like, I have sound to color synesthesia, so sounds can be color. In fact, I have drawn several people's voices before. It's very fun. Yeah. Anything and everything is the answer. Yeah, my name is Devin Campbell.
Maybe just seeing like other people that are passionate about their art, if it's good.
My friends, nature, and other people's work.
Just any music I listen to, like Pantera or Logic or Slayer or anything like that. Just music I listen to.
You can be sure it is Westinghouse.
talking to me?
Welcome to the island of misfit toys.
No shirt, no shoes, no dice.
I'm picking yours.
Alright.
Man, you're one pathetic loser.
You're so ugly. You could be a modern art masterpiece.
So it's settled. So you can go and shave your back.
This big man you rated this wardrobe?
Did your parents have any children that live?
Everybody knows, they know me where it snows. Watch me get
I love
My name is Mr. Schultz. Welcome to Filmmaking 101.
I'm a good child.